Thanks for tuning in. My name is JW. This is Rust and Redemption Co. This is my 78 Dodge long bed D100. A little proof life from this past Friday. That's it. How well you can see that, but it burned. So this is my everyday driver. This is my work truck. This is the truck that's going to haul all the parts for my son's car and my project. It's a little rough. We got holes in the floors. We're going to patch those. Here is the progress this past weekend. Saturday, me pulling the engine out. This was a all-day event, getting the front end off this truck and the engine out, but we got there. And here is that engine that I pulled out. I pulled the valve cover off. Not as bad as I was expecting. But you'll notice this engine here is also not in the truck. As I do this voiceover, it is currently Thursday, and this is still how the truck is sitting right now. I'd like to take a moment here. If you'll give me a few minutes, I'll explain what's going on and what the new plan is. So, it is Sunday evening. The engine is not in my truck. Neither is the old engine. We've had some developments. What was started as a weekend engine swap is now at least a week-long ordeal. A couple things. In my head, it was pull the engine out, put the new engine in, let's go about our day. In reality, as I should have known, things don't quite work out like you plan. So the transmission that is on the engine that I just pulled out of my truck has a tail shaft that is about 9 to 10 inches longer than the transmission on the old engine. I know what you're thinking, JW. What's the problem? Swap the transmissions. That's not the problem. I'm going to swap the transmissions. The problem is that now that I'm at this point, I'm not going to just unbolt that old greasy, nasty transmission and put it on this rebuilt engine. Now I'm going to degrease it, I'm going to clean it, and I'm going to put it on an engine stand and get new gaskets, new seals, and a new filter for it, because there's no way I'm going to put that transmission in that truck with a rebuilt engine without resealing the transmission and doing gaskets and all that. That'd be ill-advised. Another couple things, and I'll pop up a picture now of the exhaust manifold that is busted like so many on mine. So that's one reason why it wasn't running good. I'm going to swap some stuff back over from the old engine to the new engine. For instance, my inlet here, water inlet, is straight on this engine. On the old one, it's 90 degrees up to clear the fan. Put that on there. Just a little odd and end stuff. But my point being, this is a work truck, yes. Normally, I would just throw that engine on here, that transmission on here, and throw it in there and go. But it's my everyday driver. I'm driving this truck every single day. I'm going to have to drive my son's Newport for a few days, which he's 15, so it doesn't matter. He's got another year before he needs it every day. So I'm going to drive his Newport this next couple of weeks, which the engine needs to be rebuilt in it too. So I can't take it out of town anymore. It's using a lot of oil. Not a big deal. The Lord is leading me down this path. He led me to this engine, so I'm going to do this right, and I'm going to trust in His timing, and I'm going to trust in His guidance. And what he's telling me right now is do this right so you don't have headaches in the future. So that's what I'm going to do. I could throw this transmission is in good shape on this new engine. I don't want to take the time and the cost to look for a new drive shaft, a longer drive shaft. Plus mine, it's a long bed, and if I do another 10 inches, man, that may be the difference in whether or not you got to have a two-piece and a carrier bearing. I'm assuming it's going to be the difference in a two-piece and a carrier bearing. So let's, I may be wrong. Full disclosure, I have no idea, but I'm going to clean that trailer transmission up. Long story short, I'm going to take that transmission, I'm going to clean it up, I'm going to reseal it, put it on this engine. A couple of developments on this. Okay, so Monday morning, we have an update. I'm going to give it to... Okay, so here is the new engine. There's the engine that I pulled out of my Jeep, or my Jeep, old habits, out of my 78 Dodge. Okay, so new engine. Last night I was scoping. I took a bore scope and put inside this cylinder to show my oldest, or my middle boy, the kind of the inside of the cylinder and everything. And when I was pulling the scope out, these cups come out, it hit this rod, and this rod fell over this way in front of this hole when I pulled this cup out. So this rod wasn't even touching anywhere in here, and this was stuck. This valve was stuck. So Pop, you found it. So some of you will remember Pops if you've been a long-term subscriber and been watching the channel for a while.
I think it was the old man back then.
The old man, yeah, it was the old man back then. We're both a little older and a little wiser, aren't we, Pops? Yeah. All right, so Pops, tell us what we have discovered here. This engine, just to recap here, was overhauled at a machine shop we were told was a diesel mechanic that's shut down now, is I guess passed away, as no longer doing it. But I decided to go ahead and take the valve cover off to see what's going on with that rod. And Pops was investigating, and I don't know that I would have found it. Go ahead, Pops.
What I discovered was this will not move, and these will all go side to side somewhat, but this one would not move. And upon looking at it, they've tightened this down on top of this.
The collar
right
there,
so that won't move. We're gonna have to
so the lifter won't
slide that over.
So the lifter's pinched underneath that washer.
Yes, right under that. See, you can see this between all those.
Yeah, you see gaps between all the rest of them.
All these move for the most part.
They got a little bit of play in them.
Well, you can move them all with a hammer, except I
right.
mean, you can tap them and they'll all move.
Sure.
To some extent. See. But this one will not. It is wedged up under there. We're going to have to take that off and slide that over.
Okay.
Even the old engine, they all move.
Yeah.
That's what was getting me to... I couldn't figure out why that would be so stuck.
Oop.
And it's off to the side.
Yes.
See? These are all lined
centered
up except that one. And that's what it is. It's off to the side, pinched under there.
Okay. So I was... probably have gone a little quicker than I should have. I pulled the engine out of my truck, ready to throw this one in there, and this is just another instance where you need to double check things, guys. Even if, and like, I don't think these gentlemen have misrepresented this in any way. I obviously don't think they knew about this, but they took this to a place that they deemed reputable machine shop, that diesel mechanic. Mistakes happen, guys. I'm sure that they didn't realize that happened, and it's thank God that rod kind of fell out while I was showing that to my son, because I was going to put this in there and I was going to try to start this engine up. I would have bent the rods of this thing. So Pop's just one turn and we've got it loose.
I think we're going to have to replace this with one of them other ones. I'm going to say that's bent up. See how the rest of them are down?
Yeah.
That one's bent up.
The lip is bent up.
Yeah, they torqued it down on there and bent that up some.
So we can just pull one out of my other engine, though. So
yeah.
we can swap that out of the other engine. That's not a big deal.
I don't know that it'll... No, that might work.
I don't know that it'd be a problem.
No. I think they just got it pinched under there.
Right. All right,
it's
well.
Working now. We've got the rod in there tight. The rod's not coming out now.
Yeah, we're all good.
That was, that, I don't know how that would have worked out if we'd started it.
I would have bent the rods.
Well,
I mean, it would have thrown that one. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that one hadn't been in there straight. It would have bent that one for sure.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, guys, this whole project has just been the Lord leading the way, and thank God that my 10-year-old wanted to see inside that cylinder last night and found out that rod was not didn't have pressure on it rather. So cool. I'm going to continue to swap stuff, and we'll be back. Okay, so short little hiatus. I had to take my oldest boy to basketball practice, and I left Pops here contemplating. So we're gonna flip it. All right, Pops. What have we contemplated here?
I'm just sitting here thinking, if that was stuck like that, how did they set the valves and not notice that was stuck? So I'm guessing they just rebuilt this engine, stuck it together, and haven't done anything to it.
So yeah,
they were gonna let whoever put it in there
take care of all
set
that,
the valves and everything probably. So I'm gonna say we need to start just like fresh overhaul and
yeah. So basically, we think that it's probably been bored. We know it's been bored. The cylinders are clean or brand new, and I'll show pictures right now of that from the bore scope. It's at least been honed. The pistons seem to be new. We're fairly certain now that the valves haven't been lashed, so probably need to take the head off and check everything, right?
I don't know. If we get the exhaust and intake manifolds off, I think we can look down in there with that bore scope and look through
check it out that way.
Check it out that way and get this transmission off where we can turn it.
Yeah.
So we can set the valves and everything, and we'll look at it and evaluate it then.
Okay. So
I hate to take the head off. We didn't have to.
I almost think we need to check and make sure that it's set to TDC on the timing too.
Yeah, we need to do that. But we also need to get a torque wrench and check torque on all
everything. Oh, for sure now, yeah.
Torque the bolts down if they rebuilt it, but they probably just thought whoever put it in will set the valves and stuff. We're just gonna put it together and let it go, because there's no way they set them with that bolt holding that down. They couldn't.
Right, they couldn't have moved it. Yeah.
So,
all right. Well,
I'll check top dead center and make sure everything's.
So basically, we're going to take this engine down and put it back together at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got to do what we got to do. You know, I feel like everything's a test of my patience, but
at this point, from what we've seen here,
yeah,
I think we need to put it on the engine stand, flip it, and take oil pan off it at least and look at it.
Yeah.
Because it's
probably not a bad idea.
We don't want to put it in, start it, and then find out there was
got to pull it back out.
Issue.
Yeah.
That was just
we might as well at this point.
Thing that could turn into a major issue.
I mean, my truck's sitting in the driveway with no engine, which kind of sucks. I kind of wish I'd have had this epiphany before, but again, I think maybe at some point the Lord's just testing my patience and teaching me how to be more patient. So we'll see.